Alright, and back we are with Theme Hospital. Man, such a great game. I cannot tell you enough how much I like this game, and actually I cannot advise you enough to actually buy the game. If you have the chance, you will not regret it. Even if you're not really that much into a managing game, I wasn't kidding when I said that this game is actually uh, a very good example of a good game and a good managing game too. So if you have the chance, give it a try, buy it and give it a try. Let's see, what can we do next here in our hospital? Let's get some other stuff being built, shall we? Let me think. Some diagnose room, psychiatry, clinic, inflation. We have already done that. We need extra doctors. We have one here doing nothing, another one over there. Do we have another one? We have another one here doing nothing already too. So, suffering people. I have to stand up. What? There's no body. Well, anyway. Let's get some more benches down then, since he is asking us to do so. Well, we have some benches. Well, what the hell is he talking about? Anyway, I think I will be laying down here a ward, really. I think here. Treatment. I really don't know what's the difference between if you really have to have a ward for diagnosis and another one for treatment, or having one will actually deal with both. Let's see, what does it say, by the way. Psychiatrist, helps and helps in the diagnosis of other patients. So I don't need both treatment. I don't need two wards. Only one will do apparently. So is the case for the psychiatric. One psychiatric will be enough. Is that correct? Helps. Okay, yes. Wards are useful for both diagnosis and treatment. Patients are sent to overutilization and recover from. Okay, so I don't think I don't need two rooms, which is actually I just learned, mind you, because usually I place. Up until today, I have always hang it down. I have always placed two wards and two psychiatrists, as I thought that you would need one room for diagnosis and another one for treatment, but apparently it's not the case. These are little things, actually, design flaws, mind you, which does not allow the player to be confused like that. If you look into that tab, you would certainly think that if they are in two different tabs, that means they are different things. But those tabs are more like some sort of a way to organize the game rather than present something unique. Yes. Well, that's what I'm guessing here. I'm still not sure if it's really the case that. You have to build only one ward and one psychiatric, and that's enough, or you have to build two of each. We'll find out at some point, I suppose. Okay, so this is what happens by the end of the year. You have some information about how did you fare. I haven't fared very well, so I'm on the Hall of Shame. I'm the 7th place. Actually, I'm usually by 9th place or 8th place. No, I'm not in the 10th place always. At least not as far as I remember. So okay, nothing new here for me at least. And we're pretty far from the Hall of Fame. I've actually sometimes managed to feature myself in the Hall of Fame, but I don't think that will be happening in this series, as playing a game and making commentary about it is quite the task. So I'm not really focusing on the game enough to be able to feature in the Hall of Fame. By the way, Webley, I think, is one of the developers. If actually not all of them are the developers. But anyway, let's have a look at the next part, which is the chart for the year 2000. Have a look. Overall, I didn't fare all that bad, actually. I usually am always on the last place. It's the case here. For the richest, I am the least rich hospital. My kill count is pretty bad. I'm not the worst, the hospital with the least amount of visitors. I'm actually in the third place. That's a surprise. I don't really usually have problems with the death count. I will explain you why I try not to get anyone dead in the next part, in the next tab or screen. High salary. I'm usually in the first place in this, but this time around I'm just like the rest of the other, just like the other hospitals. By the way, this is the numbers I was talking about when I said that they were just simulated in statistics, which are not really simulated, just I don't know, made up. I don't know where these numbers came from, as the hospitals are not really simulated. You can't really go and visit them or anything of the sort. So yeah, I don't know where these numbers come from. In total value, I'm usually in the first place too, so nothing new there either. Let's have a look at the prizes here. So not much this time around. I usually have 2 or 3 awards, usually being 2 good and 1 bad, or just 2 good. And let's see what this one says. It says that the inspectors note that your hospital is very clean. It's very clean. Clean hospitals are safe hospitals. Keep up the good work. So it gives me some reputation. Reputation is something good, and but can be something bad too. If your reputation is too high, you will be receiving a lot of attention, and sometimes you just can't handle all that attention. So yeah, you want to be in a safe zone, let's say. Here we are receiving 200 in cash. Now the rewards in cash for me are always the best, as it will help my hospital to continue working and faring well. You can, if you have money in your account, you can always make changes. You are hereby awarded the Cabinet Minister's Award for the most impeccable standards and highest reputation possible this year. Nice one, yeah, indeed. And this one is the one that I always try to get. That's why I try to be careful about not getting one dead in my hospital. It can be really hard later on, but I try the best I can. Because let's read this. You have been awarded the Staying Alive trophy for managing to avoid any deaths whatsoever in your fine hospital this year. Great, indeed. And that awarded me 10,000 in cash. So yeah, sometimes you are. Let me finish this before I continue. Actually, let's talk and do this at the same time. So sometimes you will be asked if you want to a certain patient have a certain shut up. Have a certain percentage of being cured, and they ask if I want to try and cure them, or if I want them to be sent home. So in such cases, how many handymans do I have? I have 1. Let me try and buy another one here. Is there anyone? Superb stamina. You here can take care of the machinery. We have one here. He has to keep it repaired. What was I talking about again? Yeah, death. So I try not to get the one dead, because otherwise I will lose that 10,000 at the end of the year. And sometimes it's not really worth in getting some extra money from a successful cure when you have the chance to get someone killed. So yeah, we have to be really careful with the decisions you make. I think I will make here a psychiatric room. It doesn't have to be this big, but I don't think I'll be able to fit anything else here, so I think I'll be making it this big after all. Right, let's get some stuff inside here. Some skeleton, bookcases, and radiators, of course. Let me check here. Where am I going to place here? Let's first place the comfortable chair right here, and try to place the couch here somewhere. Like, I think here should be. Let's do differently. I will place you right here, and the couch can then be placed here, like this. I think that looks alright. Let's get the skeleton right beside the doctor. Some bookcase over here, and all over this wall over here, like this. Perfect. There's a lot of money being spent, by the way. I don't know how many bookcases are okay. I just go for my taste, let's say, for my visual taste when doing this, but perhaps it's a waste of money, even though they say that the amount of things. Why can't I confirm this? Oh, the screen. Yes, the screen is missing. Let's place it right here then. There we go. Let's see who is trying to come. A premier footballer has expressed a wish to visit my hospital, so let's allow him to come. Perhaps some money will come in. Let's get a drink machine right here, and then try to get some more benches so nobody has to stand up. Yeah, 2 GP's office are the kind of facility that or the room that I build a lot. I think I need one more doctor. Yeah, it's time to hire some more. Who can I hire here? Polite. This guy looks okay. Yeah, you here. Go to work. Actually, I will immediately place you inside this room so the psychiatry can take care of the, well, psychiatric room. Yeah, that's why I always like to hire someone with at least one specialization, because that doctor I just hired cannot work on the psychiatric room, while all the others I have here, as far as I remember, can do so. So as soon as I can, I think I will be firing that doctor and get one which can actually work in that, which has its qualifications. Jesus Christ, that was loud. I cannot lower that volume, by the way, that sound. Okay, we finished. We beat that level. Well, actually, it was pretty quick, mind you. I'm quite surprised. Let's have a read at this letter then. Dear Hauffman, marvelous. You have handled the running of this hospital superbly. Well, why, thank you. Us big wings at the Ministry of Health would like to know if you would be interested in taking on a larger project. There's a job we think you would be perfect for. The salary will be 100,000, 15,750 bucks. Man, I need to remember the pronunciation, the words for numbers, I suppose. Anyway, give it some thought. I don't know if this means anything, or this the amount of money I get by the beginning of the next level. I don't know if this means anything. Are you interested in a job at the Sleepy Hollow Hospital? Well, I don't have much of a choice now, do I? Let's get going. So this next scenario should prove to be a little more tricky, as some new mechanics will be presented. We'll have a look at it. Let's read this, but let's try to slow down the time, as the time is already running. There is a great variety of ailments in this area. Set up your hospital to deal with more patients and plan to build a research department. Now, this is the tricky part. Remember to keep your establishment clean and try to get your reputation as high as possible. You'll be dealing with diseases like slack tongue, another absurd disease for you. So you'll need a slack tongue clinic, another funny way to treat a bizarre disease. You can also build a cardiogram to help you diagnose new illness. Both these rooms will need to be researched at. This is the problem here, before you can build them. Now you can also buy extra slots of land. That's something good to expand your hospital. Well, not so good, as you'll see that this place I got here is rather small. Okay, build extra, expand your hospital. Use the town map for this. Aim for a reputation of 300 and a balance of 10,000. Wow, this is quite some. And 40 people cured. Okay, let's get it started then. GP offices as actually, let's get the doctors first. What? Ooh, this guy's good. He has 2 specializations. Man, an expensive one. I don't think that's necessary. You can come too. Anyone else I should be getting now? No, that will be it for now, I think. Yeah, man, they're just so expensive. I think I will get that this one here, and that will be it. 2 nurses to begin with. Let me see. This one looks good. And let me see here. Anyone cheaper? No. Okay, you can come here. Let's get the yeah, they're already being hired by the other hospitals. Let's you look good. And who else? I know I'm spending a lot of money just by the beginning. I shouldn't do that, I suppose, but well, too late. It will probably bite me in the ass later on, and you too. Let's get the GP office laid out. I think this way should be better. Can it be this small? I think it should be okay like this. Let's lay. First, I need a place to put my the receptionist. Let's get her here. I think he would be okay. Well, it's not like there's anywhere else I could be placing her. This one 40. It fits just perfectly on my budget. Let's get something built. I can't build anything here, so perhaps you should bring her to this side. I don't know, we'll see about that. Let's get the GP's office right here. Is this big enough? Let's see. Actually, better place the door over here, because the way how this desk is shaped makes it a little hard to actually. I don't really have to place the desk in front of the chair, but I think it looks better that way. Yeah, it just has to be a little bigger like this, perhaps. Door like door over there. Let's try and place it over here. Yeah, we will be only making things around this little corridor here anyway, so I think a window there is not a problem. So even though now the door is in the way of the other items I will be placing here, let's place this over here, this over here, some radiators. I already had some. This right over here, right here, like this, and one right over here. There we go. Let's get the shittiest guy to work over there. Who would that be? This first one over here. You get in here. Let's get a pharmacy up and running too. Where could I place that pharmacy? I wonder if it will be okay to place it over here, perhaps. It doesn't have to be very big. Let's do the following then. Pharmacy. I need a pharmacy to begin with. Let's place it right over here. It's a bit too bigger. I think this big should be okay. Okay, like this. A little bigger than usual. Some radiators, and let's get things going. Radiator over here, another one right here, another one right here. Okay, that looks good to me. And you can start. Oh, how could I forget the staff room? Let's get down to that immediately. Toilets too. I must not forget about that, even though I have pretty much already forgot about that. I think this big would be okay for a staff room. Let's place a door here, a window over here, another one over here. They should be happy with that. Let me see, pool table, loads of sofas, a TV. I think that should be okay. Yeah, do keep them to yourself. Try not to cause any sort of a disease outbreak, which will be happening later on, mind you. You are yet to see that happening. Let's place the TV right here and try to find a way to place some radiators around this area here. Radiators, where can you be placed? One here, one right over there, and I think this way here we'll have to place right one in the middle here, because otherwise it would be just too goddamn cold, I suppose. Yeah, I'll have to place one right in the middle. Not much I can do about that, I suppose. Right, what is this? Exhausted. Get him to wait. I will be building more stuff for him. Let's get some goddamn benches, shall we? Right over here and here and here. And I can't place anything here, suppose. Yeah, I can. Right, so let's get the general diagnosis over here. Like this should be fine. So we can make some more get a little better at making diagnosis and healing patients too. Drinking machine Let's place one over here. Yeah, there's all these little details that you have to be mindful about. Otherwise, your hospital will not be a very good one. It will not be. It will be far more difficult to make money. And just like I said in the previous scenario, if you don't have enough money, you cannot make changes in your hospital. You cannot make it better. That will be a real nightmare to deal with. Can I take this bench out of here as he is sitting on it, because I want to place this woman right over there instead. You get out of there. Let's place you over. Can I place you over here? No, that will be probably right in the middle of the way. Let's keep her just where she was. Right there. Yeah, it's a very small place. I can barely place enough things inside. Man, Jesus. Let's try and place also a toilet. Very important thing, but I think it will have to be a small one, perhaps like this, and then perhaps a ward here. Actually, this is just a little bit too big. Yeah, like that. A very small bathroom over here, and then we can make another one in another area of the hospital. Toilets, sinks as many as we can, as usual. Some radiators. Thirsty. I just placed one machine here, man. God damn it. Toilets. Let's see. There's 5 over here. There's 5 over here. Okay, it doesn't make much of a difference where am I going to place these toilets. So even though sinks do not face every direction, I cannot place sinks over here unless they stand. Well, I think there's no problem place them in the middle of the room and they stand in the middle of nowhere. I just don't like how the way it looks, but I think it's okay to do so. It's not much of a problem. Like that. What do you want? Bloaty head. We need the inflation room. We'll get our hands on that. Get him to wait. What's this? I can't really make a psychiatry room right now. Send patient home. Let's see how small can the inflation room be. Can I fit over here? Still have space for a door over there. So, barely, I guess. Unless I make the inflation room over here. And yeah, let's make it like that. And then elsewhere I'll make this GP's office or extra GP's office. Inflation room like this. Get some radiators so everything is running smoothly. Let me just check here. There were quite a few things I want to show you, and which I haven't done so by the previous episode. But goddamn, the episode, our time has already come to its end once again. Do I need more doctors? I don't think I do. I think I'm just fine with the amount. This guy. Let's get him inside, and we can then fire that guy that has no. Which one was it? Well, perhaps I can fire one of the most expensive ones. Like, should I do that? I think that should be interesting. Is anyone else? I need these guys here too. So what? Let's get this guy. I know it's far too much up front, but I will make some changes here, like this. Where are that guy that is really expensive? Okay, you are 125. This guy can get out of my face. Yes. Let me see. What else should I be doing here? This guy's not happy. Why is he not happy? Because he's tired. Has this changed? Yeah, I have not changed this. So let's place it to 40%, so they don't get very angry with me. And we'll have a look at this in the next episode. I still have some little more time. No, I will talk about this. Let's just first pause the game so I can talk about this tab in peace, without have to worry about the game running behind. So, hospital policy. Here we have some policies we can establish, so we don't have to do things manually, sort of. The first thing here is the diagnose procedure. So pretty much you can read here what this means. So if the percentage of certainty of the doctor making the diagnosis or his guess at the cure is below the value that's set here in the send home, if the value of certainty of the doctor guessing the cure is below the amount I set here, the patient will be sent immediately home. No notice will show up asking me how much percent of certainty that is for that patient to be cured, and then he would just be left sent home immediately. I don't have to be bothered with a notice. So I think if the guess of the cure is below 50%, I don't think I will be taking that chance. It has to be at least 50%. In fact, it has to be at least 60%. Yes, and if the certainty of the doctors at the possible cure, possible way to cure the patient, is above this guess the cure, the patient then will be just immediately sent to the place where he'll be cured, and no notice will show up asking me what should be done. So this is pretty much what is this about, as far as I remember. I hope I explained it properly. Did not said anything that did not match what was written here. Hopefully. The stop procedure, this doesn't make much sense to me. How does this work? I think it's just too much for my brain. But the idea here is that well, let's read it. A patient's diagnosis will continue until doctors are as certain as the stop procedure percentage, or until all diagnosis machines have been tried. So if the doctor is 100% certain, supposedly he will stop the diagnosis, the attempt at his attempt at diagnosis, and just give his guess at cure. But the thing is, can you be more certain than 100%? I mean, what does it mean when you place it at 150%? Does that mean that he will do the diagnosis once and then he'll do halfway through another attempt, or and just to make sure he's certain of how just to be even certain or something like that? I don't know how does this work. Like you can make the diagnose procedure twice or something, like to be 200% certain. Not entirely sure how does that work, so I leave it at 100%. And here I think I explained it on the previous episode. When the staff is at a 40% of tiredness, yeah, I think it's tiredness, the word. They will be then go to the staff room, sleep on the couch, and have some fun, stuff like that. That's why the staff room is so important. And here is to allow colleagues to help, colleagues which are not busy, to help the staff who needs to go to rest and stuff like that. So yeah, with that then we'll be ending this episode here. Well, we already have some notes there waiting for us, but that's things for the next episode. I do thank you for your time. Hope you come by the next episode, as we are in a brand new scenario and we have yet to see how will we fare this time around. I already made some things that could be considered a mistake, like hiring too many doctors and stuff of the sort. I will be losing a lot of money supposedly, but like I told you, sometimes it's very hard to come by the right doctors when you need it, so better have it while you can, better hire them when you can. So yeah,